Good evening, Birdland. I wanted to come on here for a few minutes this evening and talk about the recent free agent signings, both Framber Valdez with the Tigers and Chris Bassett with the Orioles. Now, we all know and we've heard the criticisms of Mike Elias over the last several days. He didn't bring in the big fish for the pitching staff that he promised. And I'll be the first one to tell you. Did he deliver on what he promised as getting that quote unquote number one guy? No. But do you truly need a number one guy? I mean, when the Orioles won 101 games in 2023, did we have a number one? When we had those good years with Buck Showalter, was Chris Tillman your prototypical number one? I would say not. And honestly, if you look deep into the numbers, there's not that big a difference between Chris Bassett and Framber Valdez. We got Chris Bassett for $18.5 million. Framber Valdez got $38 million. I assure you, when you look at these numbers, it's not a $20 million a year difference. Let's take a look. This is Chris Bassett on Fangraphs. Now, you look over the last several years. 32, 31, 33, 30, 27, 11. Now, he's given you at least 180 innings since 2022. And at least 30 starts since 2022. He's had a decent ERA and a decent xERA. I'd say league average to slightly above league average in those departments since 2022. He's consistent, nothing flashy. I will give you that. There's nothing flashy or sexy about Chris Bassett. He's not the 10. He's not the girl that every guy wants to take to the prom in high school. But guess what? You don't need the girl to be a 10. She could be a 7 or an 8 and be perfectly wonderful. Because let's look at this. This is Framber Valdez. Now, since 2022, same number of starts. I'll give him that. Innings, they're comparable. He's got a little bit more innings. He does strike out more guys. But my point is, as you look at these numbers, there's not a $20 million a year difference. The ERA, the xERA are fairly on par with each other. Again, does Valdez have the edge in almost all these numbers? Yes. My point here is it's not a $20 million a year edge. Again, baseball savant. Show me anything other than ground balls, which I'll admit, being a ground ball pitcher in Camden Yards would be great. What does Valdez do great? Because last time I checked, 4. Average, great. Show me where there's a lot of red here. There's not. There's not a lot of red when it comes to Framber Valdez StatCast. Now, Conversely, there's not a lot of red with Chris Bassett. But look, he still does good. He still limits hard hits. He still gets ground balls. He's still much better at exit velocity than Framber Valdez. So I ask you, in taking a look at these numbers, please tell me, and yes, I realize Valdez is a little bit younger than Bassett, but with the exception of the age, please tell me what about Framber Valdez is worth $20 more million than Chris Bassett? Because here's the thing, and I want this to sink in long and hard, Oriole fans. Let's say we had gone to $40 million for Framber Valdez, and he's an Oriole right now. Yes, we had the sexy name. Yes, we might feel a little bit better than we do right now. I quite frankly don't know if I'd feel better at all right now with Valdez over Bassett. But here's the thing. Going into next year and the year after, when Tariq Skubal's on the market, when we still have to think about giving long-term contracts to Gunnar Henderson, to Adley Rushman, to Kyle Bradish, to Trevor Rogers, saving that $20 million that we would have had to invest in Framber Valdez long-term is going to help us keep the Trevor Rogers. It's going to help us keep Adley. It's going to help us keep Jordan. It's going to help us keep Gunnar potentially. It's going to potentially allow us to go after Tariq Skubal, Freddie Peralta if the Mets don't sign him long term. So again, the value of the 1-year contract of Chris Bassett, when you think about the fact that he is comparable, I'm not sitting here saying he's outright better than Framber Valdez. I'm saying he is very comparable to Valdez, and Valdez isn't worth $20 million more than Chris Bassett. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,500 subscribers. Cannot get there without you. Your support would be greatly appreciated. See you all next time.